hilarious.
And is this gonna be a Guinevere tank jungle?
No.
And then, so, can confirm Blacklist has been practicing some stuff, right? And they decide to show a little bit of it. I'm sure there's more.
There is more. Wait.
A Guinevere.
Why is Ruff? Oh, okay.
A Guinevere.
On to Wise.
There's someone out there, by the way. I don't know if he's listening. Ray Ash. Shout out to Ray Ash. That has been saying how much he loves tank Guinevere.
That was the X in the jungle. I thought he plays XP.
I think both.
We will know.
Let's see if this is gonna be a Guinevere tank jungle.
Oh my gosh. Well,
okay. Again, the season of surprises, everyone.
We're opening possibilities because last time Wise used also Johnson. But right now, there's a lot of surprises happening right now. And we're about to find out in game number 2. What's it going to be for the jungle for Blacklist International?
Could be the S-Man, but it looks like it's going to be the Guinevere, right?
What will it be?
Yeah, it's the Guinevere. A Guinevere
jungle.
Tank jungle.
Not only that, but it also has Echo taking 3 Purifies.
And that forced them to pick up the Purifies. The crowd control that they have. This is the lineup for Blacklist International that can scale quickly. Echo will need time. Blacklist can scale quickly. Echo played earlier in game number 1, which is they front-loaded their main rotational 3, the mid lane, the roamer, and the jungler with magic damage.
Well, seems like now in early game we have Yawi back on the ref for Ella. Well, this answers out early game rotation and also the healing. There's no surprise that it's going to be ganks from Echo on what we saw in game number 1 to actually utilize on how to aid the lanes.
Man, you know, I just have to say about the Guinevere, she has one of the most beautiful ultimate names. Still one of my favorites, Violet Requiem. I haven't called that in ages. Let's see how that's going to work, though. Missing those knockups, and in terms of the knockups, you only really have one main source. That is the Guinevere. So it'll be the spatial migration like that that will really help set things up for Wise himself.
Wow, this is just something new for MPL season. I would expect Guinevere to show up, and they're just gonna do wonders if they execute this properly.
Well, again, I think this is just a crucial thing to have. Is these kind of niche or pocket picks, surprise picks. It really can throw off a team, that doesn't expect these things. And a lot of times, people have been saying, "Hey, man, Blacklist International, you're still playing the old meta. Some of your picks, you need to change it." Well. Game 1, Game 2, they've changed it. So hopefully the fans out there are happy about it. They're seeing some changes here, some variety. But again, Carl TZ just going to go ahead and take this first turtle of the game.
It will be relatively free turtles rather for Carl TZ. Because right now it's a double gold lane start for Blacklist International. It's also forcing Yawi back into the gold lane to help out Benny Cutie. So Blacklist might take a while before they contest the turtles, but let's see.
Oh, look at that. Haji's throwing down some feather airstrikes, clearing up the lanes. Also, there's no actions happening. Okay, we're seeing a different route here.
Different game, yeah. Different game. I mean, at this point, last game we had how many kills? I think it was almost like 7 kills.
Yeah.
At that point, it was a lot of back and forth. And yeah, I think the biggest thing here is how does this jungle Guinevere pair up against those objective fights? Carl TZ was looking to try to get a kill there. Didn't have the lethal counter available, though.
Now, it's a big question here on how to answer, but we're looking at the XP lane. It's still an internal battle, but now we're about to see something, same as the heat battle in game number 1. Haji supplementing the gold lane.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things for Blacklist International is Wise can really just use the Violet Requiem during objective team fights and be able to easily retribution away. Again, Guinevere is immune to control effects when she is using her ultimate, so it's gonna be somewhat even, I guess, or in terms of being able to safely take away objectives, Wise will have that. But the lethal counter plus retribution combo of the Bombman is still incredibly deadly.
Yeah. Here already.
Now, top lane is being the priority here of these two teams. Will it be Oheb from a target of Carl TZ or even Yawi? So there's a lot of things they're being cautious about. So not getting into pickoffs, even on the objective. So, okay, it's all about enablement now for these two teams.
Yeah, now in a couple seconds we have what we've been kind of talking about here. How are these objectives going to play out? How will that contest come out for Wise? But already Edward getting about half health here. Wise going to jump in. It tries to get out.
Whoa.
They're chasing him down, though. Not going to be enough. It's Yowie that gets the first blood here. Feathered airstrike committed, but that's just going to be the second turtle of the game going in the hands of Echo.
Yeah, and Echo, they might be more aggressive. Like, they'll play this aggression, really. They have the lineup for it, but the sacrifice for it is, yeah, they're giving a little bit more progress to Oheb and Oh My Venus. But Echo and Benny QT especially handled that rotation well, because even though they had to leave Oheb and Oh My Venus to be able to freely farm, they weren't able to farm a lot.
Well, speaking of farming a lot, we're seeing how Blacklist International is grouping up to aid Oheb as well, because this time it's always about how Yawi rotates and how they can get that regen in all forms, because one of the problem also is Haji keeps on bursting resources in game number 1, and they don't want that to happen again.
What I'm wondering too is with that Guinevere pick, and then you're playing against 3 Purifies. How hard is it going to be to actually get the combination off that you need to with the knock up and everything else? Because in a way, is it like Atlas, Renmar? I mean, that's a big question. That was even a key to victory, not letting Yowie get the Atlas. But, when Wise has something like this, is it going to be able to be utilized the way they want to? But there you go. Wise taking quite a bit of damage already. And both teams just going back and forth. Back to the question.
Yeah, what I'm waiting for right now to see is the item build that Wise is going to go for. Is he going to go full tank? Is he... Full magic here is going to be surprising for me. They're going to be lacking on that sustainability. Or is he going to go for a hybrid build? Let's see. Oh, there. It's like someone hurt me. Oh, there we go. So it's going to be a full tank Guinevere, it seems like. Molten Essence and Guardian Helmet is the next item there. So you see here, Carl TZ, Yowie already front-loading with the magic defense item. So while Sanford is already on his way to building an Oracle, potentially an Athena Shield as his second item, actually. So he's not even picking up that Enchanted Talisman yet, the Uranus of Echo.
Now they're going for the defense first, because the damage of Echo could actually show in mid-game. And there's a lot of just pokes and trades happening. Oh, it's just clears. Okay, This is a different approach for Blacklist and Echo. But one thing also that they wanted to secure here, maybe for Blacklist, they need items to get through the damage and the defense that they can get for Echo. It's a tower destroyed by Oheb up top.
Yeah, and Carl TZ also just picking up that Athena shield. Here we go. There is the knockup. Who's going to secure it? And it's Wise that gets the turtle. Now they're going for Edward. He's just trying to zone them out, but going to be just fine. So just like that, they do manage to grab the first turtle for them, but Echo still came out on top with the turtles. They got 2 themselves. That gold lead, very minor here, though, for Blacklist International.
Yeah, and it looked like that was a gamble by Echo, because with how they rotated Benny QT off of the gold lane to leave Oheb alone, they front-loaded their resources to be able to secure that turtle. But since Wise was able to secure that turtle, Echo had to make for that move in the bottom lane tower. So at least they got a bit back, but it's still a... Well, it's still a win for Blacklist International, but everything's still pretty even right now.
Speaking of being even, there's no even team fights happening here right now. Haji is dropping 1 from Echo. Carl TZ.
The backups there, though, for Carl TZ. So this is interesting, right? A lot of resources being committed. Blacklist International is going to get another turret here on the bottom side. So if you're Echo, you really want to be conscious of this map presence that you have, holding on to the turrets the best you can. And at this point, they've really got to hold on to this tier 1 turret before that next lord does come up, because now we see Blacklist International putting the pressure here. And there you go. Feathered airstrike going to come down. Colt Altar committed as well. They were looking for something, and it's Benny Cutie that gets the snipe on Oh My Venus.
I really thought that was going to be the lethal counter for Carl TZ, but nope, it was a snipe.
Right into Oh My Venus. So we were talking about earlier on how they wanted to take this tier 1 turret in the mid lane, because this will open up some opportunities for Wise as well in the camp of Echo.
Yeah, and there's a lot of opportunities on the map right now for Blacklist International. Echo, though, making the right move to finally get that tower up top there. So while in terms of the map presence, map control being equalized, it looks like it's going to boil down once again to the Lord dances that we know very well of. Echo, what I want to see them is just really watch out for that feathered airstrike and somehow try to get to Haji. Because if we can get Haji down without having to commit so much, that's already a lot of damage gone from Blacklist International. Oh, Yowie!
Being in trouble.
He has the mobility, but can't get away there. Gonna fall, and now they're down 1. Good position here for Blacklist International to start up the Lord if they want to. But Echo should actually be able to contest this. Carl Teasy waiting patiently in the bush. Does have a great combination himself. Feathered Airstrike going to come down. Sanford providing the vision that they need, but taking quite a bit of damage himself. There's the falling Star Moon with the Blazing Duet combination. Colt Alter going to come down. Benny Cutie from the backside, but now he's out of position. No one there to help him out. Benny Cutie falls. And now again, Blacklist International in a good position to take the first Lord of the game.
Looked like a massive miscalculation, doesn't it, OSX?
It is, because right now it's a bit of a setup. There's nobody who can actually go through defense of Blacklist International right now. Perfect setup, taking Betty Cutie out of position. No defense from Yawi, and that's Blacklist taking the objective.
Great play there by Blacklist, punishing Echo. Seems like Benny Cutie was trying to go for, I believe, was it a shotgun flicker combo? Something that, of course, Beatrixes have been very well known for the longest time. Echo are going to have to play on the defensive at this point, and I think we're also seeing one of the biggest utilities that the Guinevere brings is just being able to check shrubs and check areas, and then being able to dash out like that.
Yeah, easily. You know, as the items go by, the Blacklist International right now is ahead by almost 1.6, and we have a push. So does this mean trouble right now for Echo? Is the damage items not enough?
Yeah, they're going to get pushed off the tier 1 here. It's going to be focused on Wise taking the distraction, covered with the Feathered Airstrike. And so there you go, tier 1 down. They could be eyeing this tier 2. They still have the Lord also pushing up on the top side. Going to be focusing on that. They might lose 2 more turrets here before it's all over.
Echo will try to hold on. Blacklist International, they'll have the right tools in terms of spacing out the members of Echo like that Feathered Airstrike so that they can get hits on the turrets.
Holy Baptism did come out to cancel that Feathered Airstrike out.
Sanford.
Now Wise getting the knock up here, looking for a connection, can't find it. Colt Alter comes out. No one falls except for that tier 2.
Now this is about problem again for Echo, who's going to be up front here because Oh My Venus has another item to actually deplete the defenses. But how will they go against Wise? We have a setup from Wise, we have a setup from Oh My Venus. Haji's is totally opening up the carpet to melt everybody down. Just this!
Man, that combination again, the Feathered Airstrike coming out. Sanford able to survive, though. And that's the thing. You got to watch out for the combination between Oh My Venus and Haji. Haji doesn't even have any kills, but what he's doing is pumping out the damage, and that's what's scary for Echo here. They need an answer, like you mentioned earlier, OSX, to get to Haji, and also counterplay around the Blazing Duet combination coming up. The thing is, who's going to do that, Renmar?
Who's going to be?
The biggest thing right now is that Blacklist International drafted a lineup set up for their Farsa.
That works.
Whoa, yep.
Okay.
For their Farsa. It's a lineup completely set up for the Farsa right now. Echo, let's see if they can enter here.
They're still going in. Haji going to back off here. Colt Alter was committed. Now the eye set on Wise. Falling Star Moon going to come out from Edward, trying to peel. Can they convert this one? Sanji going forward, but ultimately going to be back off here. Wise now he's quite tanky on this Guinevere, but this could possibly be a tier 1 for Echo. They're going to gain some control here on the map. Feathered Airstrike to push them back, but right now that's the best case scenario for Echo.
Right now it's going to be Blacklist waiting for the right window here because we're going to see a bit of a freeze lane here from top to bottom because they're squeezing out Echo again how they did on game number 1. Deplete their resources and then nothing else is left for their HPs, and that's how they attack. So this is the thing that they need to worry about.
Yeah, you mentioned their small window OSX, and I'm going to go back to answer the question of Naiso. It's Echo can go for the counter punish. Once Blacklist have done that, they can fight.
Oh man, the Time's Journey canceling out the Holy Baptism. They're crashing down on him. Yawi has taken out Carl Teasy quite low. Wise chasing Sanji. Sanford trying to go the other way. Can't get away from Oheb. And it's Wise now focusing on Sanji again. That's going to be the kill. Going over to Haji. Member after member of Echo fall. And this is a clear sign for Blacklist to take the Lord.
2 members down and the code is open for the Lord to be taken. Now Echo is on the defense. How will they make it through this?
Insane skill timings by Blacklist International. When you thought Blacklist have already spent so much and Echo were already on the way back, suddenly a Feathered Airstrike popped off there by Haji just to show, no, we still got our main piece of our lineup here. Insane movements right now. Look at Haji. He is close to gold with Wise, their jungler. That tells you everything you need to know about here. Third building, of course, at Divine Glaive. That crazy crazy as heck burst. Man, Blacklist International right now, it's very unique drafting, but it's still the classic fundamental Blacklist play.
That's going to be a huge pull. Oh, my Venus does fall. Nice movement from Echo. Can they defend this one? Look at the damage, though. Colt Ulter comes in. Wise trying to find an angle. Edward now going to be focusing on the middle lane. They lose the top side turret. There goes the middle one. They're holding on to the bottom here. Does Blacklist International want to possibly punch this in without Oh My Venus for now? Feathered Airstrike going to come down here. Can they force one out? Sanford cannot chase Haji. Edward there to peel. Right now, still the back and forth between both teams. And there you go. They're going to back off.
Now Echo are happy with at least the game isn't over, but with 2 turrets down, only 1 base turret remaining, it's going to be a tough hill to climb for Echo at Blacklist International. At this point, it's really just their timings, what they save, the initial damage that Echo receives from the Diggy as they enter, and then Oheb being able to deal damage, and then Haji just somehow always saving the Feathered Airstrike for the perfect moment. And if he's going to be using it early, Oheb's going to be coming in with a Blazing Duet like that.
Wow, look at that.
The
Oheb
damage.
is just dancing through.
That was just the Blazing Duet there. Already getting that Colt Ulter out from Echo. Right now, still, they're going to be forced to just defend in their base.
Look at the peel. Just by Oheb, putting Echo back to the base to defend. Who do you target here in Blacklist International? You can't target Oheb. You can't target Oh My Venus. Who do you take out of this equation right now?
Anyone you can get at this point. Haji, of course, is the target you want to get, but the Times Journey setup for the Farsa, Haji doesn't even need to worry about getting interrupted because the Times Journey is always just there.
Yeah,
it's such a compact formation. It boils back to how, of course, we found out or we learned more about the Ube play style often in Season 7. That's when we really coined that term. I believe it was Wolf actually who brought up Ube first. And one of the picks that arose because of the Ube to counter it was the glue. But in the scenario right now, glue in the meta is maybe there will be a way for it to go back. And yeah, I'm talking about glue because as we see right now, Echo don't have the pieces just yet.
No.
With the Diggy up, and I think now we understand why Brand Esports just kept banning out the Diggy yesterday.
Yeah, it makes total sense that they don't want that in any game against Blacklist International because it creates so much space, so much burst, so much vision. No matter what they do, Echo is just losing their radar right now on how to get into Blacklist International's heart.
I think Echo is really relying on Benny Cutie as well. He's the main source of damage, but unfortunately for Benny Cutie, I mean, so far those 2 kills that you have is on the snipe shots, right? So it's difficult for Benny Cutie to even get in the positioning that he needs to, as we see from either the Feathered Airstrike or the Blazing Duet. There's a lot of, again, options here for Blacklist International, whereas Echo kind of has one road to go down, and unfortunately they haven't been able to get there just yet.
But the road right now is on to the first spot into the grand finals. This is how tough this match is. Well, they're doing a split right now. Sanford doing the XP lane things.
Oh, he's gonna get punished.
Are they diverting the attention of Blacklist right now?
Yeah, the thing about this is that Sanford can get easily punished by these 2.
Oh!
And Echo with their lineup, they can't even get close to this 3 in the Lord. So even if Sanford will do that, Haji and Oheb can rotate fast enough, while the members of Echo who are left remaining to go up against a Diggy, a Guinevere tank, and an Esmeralda need to spend so much. And by the time they've spent a lot, the members of Blacklist remaining will still be down, but then Haji and Oheb will be back.
They're walking in landmines that they cannot see. There are bunnies, there's pulls, there's resets, and the Lord is just being used as trap and bait. But Edward from the back lines, though.
There he goes, Edward, though. There's the Feathered Airstrike plus the Blazing Duet. Oheb trying to push them back. Haji grabs the kill. Oheb's unstoppable. Echo just crumbling here in their own jungle. And now the Lord for the taking once again. Can Echo defend the charge that is headed for them? Edward, though, going in, trying to zone them out, keep them from coming here. They're going to push them back. They give up on the Lord. It's going to go ahead and reset. Sanford, but look at Benny Cutie. Forces out the Winter Trotchin. Immortality going to be popped here. Can he grab the kill? Yes, he does. But there's Wise. Sanford grabs Oh My Venus. It's a wipe out.
That's it.
Echo is down and out. Blacklist International going to push it in.
5-man down for the Orcas, and the code is right into the base of Echo.
And just like that, Yawi trying to do his best to defend here, but there's nothing he can do. Blacklist International taking game number 2.
Unique picks in the jungle. Excellent and